तीनों कानूनों को रिप्लेस कर इनकी जगह जो 3 नए कानून बनेंगे उनकी आत्मा होगी भारत के नागरिकों को संविधान प्रदत्त सारे अधिकार जो मिले हैं इसकी सुरक्षा। मानवी की हत्या से या महिला के साथ दुराचार से बड़ा कोई कानून अपराध नहीं हो सकता। तो इसको 302 नंबर पर स्थान दिया गया। इसके पहले क्या था? राजद्रोह था। इसके पहले क्या था? खजाने की लूट। इसके पहले क्या था? शासन के अधिकारी पर हमला था। ये जो अप्रोच को हम बदल रहे हैं। सबसे पहला चैप्टर इसमें आएगा महिलाओं और बालकों के साथ अपराध। दूसरा चैप्टर आएगा मानव वध और मानव शरीर के साथ जो अपराध होते हैं उसका आएगा। तो हमने शासन की जगह नागरिक को केंद्र में लाने का एक बहुत बड़ा सैद्धांतिक निर्णय कर हम ये कानून लेकर आए हैं।
Hello and welcome viewers. You're watching this special presentation of Sansad TV, Samvaad, with your host Kriti Mishra. And joining us today is a very special guest, Chairman of the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Home Affairs, Mr. Brij Lal. Sir, welcome to Sansad TV and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Sir, you've been into Indian Police Services. Now you're heading the Parliamentary Committee on Home Affairs. It's a historic occasion for you. You've just presented the report on overhauling IPC, the Evidence Act and CrPC to Honorable Chairman of Rajya Sabha. Now, these 3 bills were introduced by Home Minister in Parliament in the Lok Sabha on 11th of August 2023. It was referred to the Standing Committee by Honorable Chairman on 18th of August 2023. Now that you've presented the report, take us through the broad highlights and also take us through the major recommendations and major observations of the committee.
Thank you. सबसे पहले मैं अपने को बड़ा सौभाग्यशाली समझता हूँ। मुझे 37.5 वर्ष से अधिक एक IPS ऑफिसर के रूप में लॉ इन्फोर्सर, कार्यपालिका का अनुभव और अब एक विधायिका का अवसर मुझे प्राप्त हुआ। दिस colonial act that was framed, IPC was framed in 1960. It is 163-year-old legislation. CrPC was in 1964. Some changes were made in 1973. And the Evidence Act is 1872. These legislation needed a change due to public aspiration. And this is an appropriate time during the Amrit Kal. This is 75th year of our independence. Now, the salient features. The Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, number of sections have been reduced from 511 to 356 and the chapters from 23 to 19. This is regarding Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, that is Old Indian Penal Code. We have used the word Nyaya, not a dand, not a penal, because this is a democracy. We are giving justice, not a dand, not a penalty. 24 sections have been deleted from Old Indian Penal Code. 22 have been added and a large number of sections have been rearranged. In contrast to the old IPC, the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita is more structured and variety of outdated British era colonial provisions have been removed. In the CrPC, there are 848 sections. Now, these have been increased to 533 section in Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. In short, you can call BNSS. It proposes changes in 160 sections, addition of 9 new sections, and deletion of 9 others in comparison to CrPC. With regard to the Bharatiya Sakshya Bill 2023, 4 sections which contain colonial references and other outdated procedures have been deleted. The bill now contains 170 sections as compared to 167 sections in Indian Evidence Act 1872. With regard to Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, the committee appreciates the offences against women and children.
So that's a very important component. So help us understand, how do these proposed legislations strengthen our fight against crime against women?
In case of gang rape, if the girl is below 18, we have proposed death penalty. If she is a minor, that is below 18, we have proposed death penalty to the offenders if it is a gang rape. It was not earlier in Indian Penal Code. It is a new provision. So that is a welcome decision, and we have made it a gender neutral. And the first time we have added the word transgenders. So these are the changes. The committee found the text of the 3 bills in English language. The question some members raised that why it is in Hindi only. The committee said that English bill is in the English language. The proposed legislation are not in violation of the provision of Article 348 of the Constitution. So, we have given certain recommendation. Now, certain recommendation in Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita are, Sanhita has widened the scope of definition of gender by including the transgender. Earlier it was there. The first time community service has been introduced as a punishment in minor cases. If a person commits minor crime, then in place of sending him to jail, the court can award community service. And the community service has been left to the government to define what are the community services. The committee has recommended the government to seek the opinion of learned Attorney General and Solicitor General of the country with regard to Section 101, which is apparently about mob lynching. It's a very serious offense. So we have.
Could you clarify further on that, sir?
Yes. You know, mob lynching offenses. People gather on religious, on region, on some region, and they lynch. They kill. That is very serious things. It was not in the Indian Penal Code. Now we have introduced about the crime against mob lynching. And mob lynching we have left to the government to define. So this is a new section.
So talking about 2 very specific issues, terrorism and organized crime, what are the recommendations of the committee as far as these 3 important legislations, the proposed laws, are concerned?
Terrorism is a very serious offense. So we have given punishment, we have recommended punishment up to death penalty in certain cases. And the terrorism word is a very wide, so we have recommended the government to define the word terrorism. Then about organized crime. You have seen that in our country there are gangs, extortion, gang of kidnapping for ransom, earning lot of money, keeping the society always under threat. So organized crime we have introduced in the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. Some states had their special laws, like Uttar Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh gangsters, Makoka of Maharashtra. So these states, due to their special acts, they were able to take action against organized crime. Like in Uttar Pradesh, you might have seen that notorious mafias, some of them had become MLAs and MPs, they are behind bar. Their property in crores and crores had been confiscated by the government. So there was no central act. So other states, who they have no special acts, so that is why we have included in the Indian Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita as organized crime, to fight the organized crime, which is very necessary for the country.
Well, absolutely, sir. And there were a lot of speculations on two very specific issues, adultery and 377. Could you please clarify on the recommendations of the committee?
Supreme Court has abolished adultery. 497 IPC. In old IPC, the husband has a right to lodge an FIR, but now in the new act, we have included 497, and that is a gender neutral. Not only the person who is committing adultery, the lady who is involved is also liable for punishment. So we have widened the scope of 497, old 497, the act of adultery. Regarding 377, unnatural offence and even bestiality, that was in 377 IPC. The Supreme Court, due to decision, abolished decision 377 IPC. Now we have under recommendation that 377 should be restored. This is not good for our country. So in 377, we have let the government. Government can formulate that if it is a forced unnatural offence, that may be against man, woman, or transgender, that should be punishable. So 377 we have recommended the government, restored it, and it is up to government to make it in what form, that is we have left to the government. But we have recommended inclusion of 377 as it is a offence in the Indian culture and this was the recommendation of almost a majority of our members that this should be restored.
Sir, also take us through the highlights of the Bharatiya Sakshya Sanhita Bill, which replaces the Indian Evidence Act.
With regard to Bharatiya Sakshya Bill 2023, in short we can call BSB, the committee appreciates the government for changes brought in the bill which reflects the growing importance of digital evidence. In the tune with the 21st century technological advancement and societal changes, some of the major observation recommendation of the committee are that is contained in 248 report of our committee. The words like Parliament of the United Kingdom, notification of the Crown representative, any Dominion colony or possession of the Her Majesty's government, these were the colonial words we have removed. Maintenance of proper chain of custody in handling evidence received during course of investigation, taking account the susceptibility of electronic evidence. We have made many electronic evidence as admissible in the court, but it is susceptible to, people can corrupt it. So we have made certain recommendation that a chain should be maintained so that this should not be changed. Moreover, the authority which issues that evidence, there is a pro forma according to section 63 of the Bharatiya Sakshya Bill. So we have introduced a pharma so that electronic evidence should be intact. And recommendations were also made for rectifying minor drafting and cross-referencing error observed by the committee. There were some errors. We have rectified it. So mainly this is regarding the scientific evidence. And the committee wants that forensic science institute should be established at the district level. If the punishment is more than 7 years, the forensic unit should go to spot to collect the evidence and present in the court. Then we have learned about e-court, hardened criminal are transported from jail to the court. There are always a chance for their escape. Several have happened. Even their associates have attacked the police. So we want that the electronic court, e-court, the culprit should be in the jail and in the court. Their evidence should be recorded, and it is happening in some states, already happening. So we are emphasized about need of e-court to so that the hearing should be quick and judgment should be come in time. It should not take more than lot of time. And on the court also, we have said, we recommended that if taking evidence, all the procedure have been completed, the court has reserved the judgment, then it should not be kept on months and months.
Yes.
If it is, they have closed the procedure, then within 30 days they should give judgment. So all these things have been added in this act so that people get the justice immediately.
Well, absolutely, sir. This is very important for fortifying criminal justice delivery system in our country. But, sir, the colonial laws, the IPC, CrPC and Evidence Act, focused on punishment. Our proposed legislations will focus on Nyaya, justice. How are these proposed legislations very, very citizen-centric?
Yes. This whole exercise is citizen-centric. The bill holistically addresses the problem of criminal justice system to strengthen law and order, simplifying legal procedure, provide speedy justice, and to adopt the criminal justice system, the technological advancement. Further, all the outdated references have been deleted in the proposed bill. These bills seek to create a legal structure which is citizen-centric and to secure life and liberty of the citizen and adopt them in accordance with the contemporary needs and aspirations of the people. One more section we have changed. This is regarding accidental death.
Right, sir.
You know, nowadays, more than 5 to 6 times people are killed in accident. But in the Colonial Act, that was a bailable, only up to the 2 years punishment.
Yes.
You will not go to jail for a single day. Now, we had enhanced the punishment up to 5 years and made it mandatory. The person by whom the accident has occurred, he should inform the police station. That is his duty.
Yes.
If he had a fear that he will be lynched or something, then he can run, but he has mobile, all that. But there is a burden also on the, now you can say, the culprit in this case to inform the police.
Well, absolutely.
Because if the timely information is gone to the police, 1 hour is a golden hour. If the person who is injured is given the medical help in 1 hour, that is golden hour, lives can be saved. So in our country, murder, more than 6 times of a murder, people die in accident. And mostly they are from 18 to 45 years age, contributing to the development of the country. Family dependent on them. So that law we have made harsher.
Well, absolutely, sir. And before we wrap up this conversation, these bills are going to be very, very historic. They will shape the destiny of our country. We'll be governed by these laws for decades and years to come. So there were approximately 12 deliberations, 12 rounds of deliberations, 45 hours.
Yes.
So take us through how the deliberations went.
Yes. There are 31 members in my committee. All the parties. 16 of Bharatiya Janata Party, 3 from NDA partners, and 12 are from Congress, TMC, DMK, all these, and some very important members. In BJP, we have Dr. Anil Jain, Dilip Ghosh from Bengal, Biplo Deo, Chief Minister of Tripura, Satpal Singh, he is a ex-minister, Vishnu Dayal Ram, he is a 73 batch IPS officer, second term in the parliament. And in opposition parties, Mr. Chidambaram, Mr. Derek O'Brien from the TMC, Mr. Digvijay Singh, Mr. Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, very experienced members, and I am thankful to all the members who participated in the deliberation and helped in formulating our recommendation. So I am thankful to them. This has happened due to active cooperation from all my members.
Well, absolutely, sir. And thank you so much for sharing all your experiences and the important highlights, the observations and the recommendations of the committee. Now, we do hope that these bills would see light of day in Parliament very soon. But thank you so much for joining Sansad Television and speaking to us, sir.
Thank you very much. And again, I say, I'm a very fortunate man who has been interested for the formulation of the new 3 bills. As a chairman of Parliamentary Standing Committee, I'm the Home Affairs, and I'm the first retired IPS officer who has been made chairman of the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Home Affairs. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Congratulations for all your achievements.
Thank you.
Well, viewers, that's all we had for you in this edition. Thanks for watching and stay tuned to Sansad TV. Goodbye for now from my side.